Welcome to 90 Day Fiance.
Three-way. Oh, just
kidding. Replay. We're still here, guys. You thought you got rid of us.
The last week had a fluke. We did record it. We don't know what happened.
Someone
it's whatever
will.
At this point. It's whatever.
We don't know what happened. Okay.
It's whatever.
The jury's still out. We don't know.
Yeah.
It was our best episode.
Works in actually, I would say was one of the best. There's no like empirical way to prove that now because you'll never get to hear it, but you got to trust us. It was pretty good.
But don't worry, we're still delivering the good stuff like today. Okay, we're still going to deliver.
Today's going to be even better.
That's right.
For you guys. Episode 6, man. Burns and Betrayals. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, who do you want to start with?
I mean, let's recap what happened with our impressions of the sex scene from last week.
Oh, that was the best part last week.
That was our best part.
Just like a 2-second recap of like, our impressions of like the sex scene, right? So like it made us terribly uncomfortable. Not because they were doing it, but because there was just so much focus on it.
Yes, and because they were practically doing it. That is uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was like porno, like 2 minutes into a porno before like all of us were just like, what's happening?
And also just the way he was handling her. Well, we can talk about it because it's going to go on into this episode also. So when the time comes, we'll go
bring that up then.
All right.
It's the morning after now, right? So it's the morning after and they're like having a total deep dive of like what just happened the night before. And I think both of them were kind of taken aback by like the whole thing because like Alina was acutely aware of Caleb not being used to being with a little person. And Caleb was talking about how it was like he was like that Madonna song. He was like a virgin, touched for the very first time. And I don't know what the hell was happening really, but like I don't know what it is also with Caleb. Every time he talks, I just feel like he's so pompous and presumptuous that like my eyes glaze over. He's exhausting. I'm exhausted.
Sometimes I feel like, is he acting? That's like I couldn't put my finger on it. I was wondering like what is it about him that makes him feel like not genuine? I almost like like somebody who wanted to be on TV and he's like, I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do this with her. I mean, I don't know, I just feel like he's not like super into her in the way that she might be with him, and he's just kind of going through the motions for a new experience, in my thought.
Yes, I mean, I think he does feel a lot of pressure. Like I actually kind of feel for him because I feel like ever since he got there, like Alina and Elijah and even the other friend, like they've been pressuring him a lot. Like he's had to defend himself the whole time he's there. But I think it's like with good reason because Alina like has gone through these issues. And because, she doesn't want to be toyed with. So I think it's justifiable, but I mean, I understand where he's coming from and why he's so defensive. But he does need to like just be upfront and honest about what he's actually feeling.
You guys get that he was totally being honest with his feelings? Has he told you anything that made it seem to us, to the viewers, that he's like pretty serious about Alina? Or no?
I think he went there not knowing how he's going to feel, and he's afraid to overcommit because like it's uncertain. Like he doesn't know if he can handle like being everything that Alina wants. So he's afraid to like answer her questions in a like very straightforward way. That's why he's always kind of deflecting.
I agree. I think he hasn't really been lying to her because he didn't say like, "Oh yes, I want to commit to this relationship," and so and so. I feel like he has been truthful to her, and that he's not telling her, all the things that she may want to hear. He is being more standoffish about it. So at least he's doing that. So that's good. He's not giving false promises.
That's true. I guess that's also kind of a source of like, I don't know, if discomfort for Alina to not know what it is what his intentions are. I mean, he got his, so it's like she wants a relationship and he doesn't really even seems like he knows what he wants with her.
Right. That's why I feel like he just kind of went there for an experience. I don't think he really went there thinking like, I'm going to make her my fiance or I'm going to make her my girlfriend. And then he was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to meet up with this chick that I've been talking to on and off for 13 years. And maybe, I'll get laid. Maybe I won't.
And laid he did.
I feel like he was thoughtful. He was thoughtful about the sex though. In his interviews, he was saying, with a little person, it's like it could be different, and I didn't want to like be like too rough with her or this or that. It's like, oh, he's thinking about it.
I mean, I guess that's the type of lover you are. I mean, do you want to be a rough lover in general? Is he a rough lover? Is that what it's
I don't know.
He's taking it back. He's not taking it back. Yeah.
What? He looks like he could be a rough lover.
Remember like when the last scene when he was just like picking her up and throwing her and like doing all this stuff? Yeah. And he even said it himself. He was all like, I don't know if I can just like pick her up. And didn't he make some kind of comment this episode?
Yeah.
Is that rude? Is that rude if I just like lift her up and I just, like maneuver her and all the
I am dying again because this is like bringing me back to our conversation.
Exactly, we did talk
about like a rag doll.
Yes, and it's funny because he is aware of it because he said it in this episode. He's like, I was thinking about it. Like, can I just like pick her up and do this and do that? Like, is it too rough or
But she liked it. She had a smile on her face the whole time. So like, I guess he's trying to figure out what her limitations are, right? So he doesn't know.
Climb the mountain. That's right. Push the limits.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was just, what we said last time, it was just like super awkward because it was like the longest sex scene like ever in 90-Day Fiance history. Like they lingered for so long.
Oh, linger is an understatement.
Yeah. They slowly moved up her body from her feet to her head.
I know. He's just picturing it in my head is making me hot.
But she did. She was happy. So what did okay, so are you gonna recap what she said too? Like when they asked her, like, oh, how did it go?
I can't remember what she said. I blocked it out.
She said like she was saying that, it went well, that she liked it, but it wasn't perfect or something, that there's things that can be worked on, because he hasn't done certain things before or like been with a little person before, but she seemed happy overall.
Yeah.
She was just happy to get some.
Yeah. But she didn't want to toot his horn too much because she wanted him to continue to try hard. And
so that makes me get better, continue to progress.
Yes. So that makes me think though that she probably didn't get hers.
Interesting.
Really?
He probably did the job.
I'm glad you got yours.
Yeah, exactly. And she got the, the general experience now, but she probably didn't reach the full level of happiness.
She said she took a ride on the disco stick, right? Like all the way.
Just because you take a ride on the stick doesn't mean you got yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Doesn't mean that she was like owing all the way
exactly
on the ride.
Okay.
Right.
Well, anyway, so they go to this bazaar and Turkey looks super fun. We should go to Turkey. They're shopping around, and that's when she told Elijah that she took a ride on the disco stick.
I love their conversation.
They were cackling like witches. I love it so much. But now I feel like here's the manufactured drama of like I haven't been completely honest with Caleb, so I don't want it to like ruin our relationship. And once he finds out that I lived with my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, that he might like leave and run away and stuff. I'm just like, come on. I mean, if you told him that you guys had a living arrangement, you weren't together, it was nothing serious. Would you overreact? Is that an overreaction thing?
No, I think it is the manufacturer. They just needed something beyond their I don't know.
Beyond being a little person.
Yeah, beyond being and having
enough.
Elijah. Like, they should drop this whole ex-boyfriend thing and just focus on Elijah, okay?
Yeah, I really like his commentary. It's so good.
Me too. Even when they went to the bazaar, he's all like, okay, turkey. What did he say? He's like, something like, bring this grand, make it grand or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, it's like, you called me dude.
How rude.
I know, how rude.
I don't know. I really like him. I enjoy him thoroughly. And I like their dynamic. It feels very similar to just regular people like us.
They are regular
You don't see it on the show that much.
Yeah.
Right, regular people? I thought these were all regular people.
I mean, they are, but like, I don't know, just the way they talk, it just feels very us. Except he's much more witty.
Yeah, I wish we were witty. William is witty. Will, your wit. Give us some of that wit.
Oh, thanks. I'll try.
Speaking of wit.
Sorry, I'm going to have to lay down here. I got a big belly, guys. Sorry, listeners. I'm going on 35 weeks right now.
yeah, she's getting ready for this
You're
baby.
lucky. You're lucky we're making this podcast, you guys.
Okay.
So do we want to move on?
Yeah, I guess
Anything else?
on their next they're going to talk about their manufactured drama. So, boo friggity who.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to talk about, I hope they go more into the pogo sticks and stuff.
Ew.
I don't know. I'm just really curious if she's going to be like, I'm just really curious if he did throw her around like a rag doll.
You saw a little bit of it. Yes, he did throw her around.
All right. Okay. That's true. I guess that's enough.
Do we want to go on to Kim and Soulja Boy? Kim Bali?
Yes. I love this. Oh my God.
Bali.
This is so funny. This is hilarious.
Okay, so first things first, like Kim says, she's just like, she's thirsty for Soulja Boy. She just talks about all the stuff that he didn't do, like she wants to do. Like they haven't kissed yet and she wants to kiss him. So basically she's thirsty, but she'll put up with it, just to support. I mean, it seems weird because now that we're a little bit into the relationship, we do see that really she's just kind of like a fan. They're really not in a relationship, and she kind of is just a fan. But anyway, so like they're getting ready for the video shoot, and Kim is just like, she's ready to take it on. But she comes off as like what do they call it, like a dance mom, you know what I mean? Like she just want to take charge of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's ready to like take charge of the photo shoot. Like she goes into it with like a bad attitude, I feel like. Because then once we get there and things are just a little bit disorganized, and she just like goes off. She goes crazy. She's like, I can't believe you guys did this. Like they're looking for something like his wardrobe or something, like during the video shoot. And then she's like, this is so disorganized. Like I'm embarrassed. Like I'm embarrassed for him. I can't believe you guys are doing this. And then her Soulja Boy's friends are just like, this is like, we've done so many other music videos. This is just how it is. And you need to like step back. And it's like when somebody like who's not in the group comes in the group and tries to take charge, you're always just like, this person is like, it's not good. It's like Yoko energy kind of vibes, even though apparently Yoko Ono didn't really pick up the Beatles. But like for what everybody thinks about what she did is like, she's just coming in and like messing up the whole vibe. That's what I feel like. And then come to find out, she's like, she doesn't know what Zara means. Soulja Boy just told her Zara, just like, it's just a name for every girl named Zara in the world. She doesn't know. She doesn't know that it was Zara, the other girl he was talking to, that he would have got with if she didn't dislike him. And so Kim is his leftovers, basically.
Do you think that she's ever going to find out about Zara?
I think she does.
I'm
like,
gonna ask her.
Yeah, in the preview, there's like, not in this week's preview, but like there's footage I saw like her getting mad over it or something.
Hmm.
But yeah, she basically oversteps her boundaries during the photo shoot. What do you guys think of the photo? I mean the video shoot.
I was surprised with how good it was. Actually, I was impressed. It was even the music
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, and okay, I wanted to make a comment. I thought the way Kimberly went about this, like deciding to be like the dance mom, I thought it was very smart. Yes, very smart and tactical of her, because she has to make herself worthy to be the girlfriend and not just a potential. And she's like, you know what, maybe she knows like I may not be super young or whatever, but I can manage your team and I can make you the best possible rap artist, just like Michael Jackson in the world.
Like she needs to show her value in some
Yeah,
way,
so
like
this
what
is her
she's doing.
value. And I was like, this is very interesting. I didn't think about this dynamic. Like, she's not just going to sit around and be like the jealous fan. She could have
Yeah.
taken on that role, like the jealous fan.
Mhm.
She was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go this route, which is genius.
Well, I
I
think
appreciate that.
that's true. Like it worked for him. Like she was getting on the team members in the van and they're going home. And then they were trying to defend themselves and like, nah, it's you. You're the one. You're messing up everything. But then Usman was like, no, it's you guys. Like she really got in with Usman. The flip side is like the team that he's been with is like gonna hate her like so much, and they might plan things against her. So she could have done it in a way that where they didn't hate on her, but because I don't think Usman is gonna like fire them and just hire Kimberly, right? Do you think so?
No, I don't think he would fire them, but he probably likes how Kimberly keeps them on their toes. Maybe there are things that he doesn't like that they're doing. He can't quite change it, maybe because they're friends and all. And then there's Kimberly to be like the middleman to
Yeah,
put
but
the
I'm
pressure
pretty
on.
sure. I'm pretty sure they hate Kimberly.
Yeah, but maybe she doesn't care. She's like, whatever, as long as I get mine, I show my value to.
She's
Because
boss lady Kim.
yeah, he did seem to really appreciate it. He went and held her hand, and let's see if he appreciates it in the way she wants him to show that.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see. I
I
didn't see
don't
anything
know.
on the next one.
You ever heard of like stay in your lane? Through watching this, I was like thinking to myself, Kimberly, stay in your lane, girl.
Well, how is she gonna make herself stand out to him? Tell me.
I don't know. It was just way too much, and she was a little extra.
I loved it. It was so funny. It was so funny. She's like, get your energy. Do this for me. Come on. Do it pretend you're shooting it for. I mean, just the importance she gave herself was it was amazing. And I loved it.
It was like
right?
very tactical and manipulative. Yeah.
And just like balls, it took cojones. She's just like in front of that super, pretty, sexy Tanzanian lady. She's all like, don't even think about, just think about that you're doing it get that energy that you're doing it for me, like not because of that beautiful, sexy lady standing right next to you. No, for me, Kimberly. Okay. I don't know. It's just funny.
She had
right?
to do what
Do you
she
know what
gotta
I'm
do,
saying?
I guess. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Like she's not like she's an older lady. You can say she looks pretty regular. And so it's just that confidence that she is exuding. It's wow. I need to take notes.
Yeah.
Well, she got that nerve. She got to be Boss Lady Kim.
Yeah.
Did you see anything out for them on the next one? I think she gets mad, right?
He tries to tell him, why haven't you like been in my room yet? Because now you're gonna have to be.
Okay.
Oh, right. She wants to see the full picture, the full
Yeah.
relationship picture.
It's no longer, she's not leaving it up to him. She she taking charge.
She's ready to
As
ride.
you know, exactly. She wants that disco stick, and she's gonna have it that night.
Okay, do you think
Ooh.
he will give her the disco stick?
I mean, for a PlayStation 5, I would give her the
I
disco.
was just about to
And
say
a
the same thing.
laptop. And a laptop.
Yeah,
Apple
you know what I mean?
laptop.
Like, do this lady a solid. Like, she came all this way for you. She gave you good ass gifts. They weren't cheap. Not like that Jasmine with her cheap ass gifts. I would give her some. She can
That's
have
right.
it. She can have 2 nights of it.
Yeah, he
That's
gave it
it.
to his ex-wife who, was terrible.
I felt like that deserved 2 nights. But if you want a third, you're gonna have. Oh man,
Okay, but besides that, we do think that she deserves
Oh,
she deserves a
100%.
ride. Yeah.
She deserves a ride.
All
Right.
right. All right. Should we do oh my gosh. Speaking of deserving.
Jasmine.
Exactly. I was gonna say, speaking of deserving, should we just jump into Gino and Jasmine?
Yeah,
Holy
I hate her
moly.
so much.
I was like, wow, like I never thought I really knew. I was like, is this verbal abuse in action? Like, like I mean, I don't mean to throw it around. I know it's something that's very serious, but he definitely looks like somebody who could be like
Taken
a
advantage of.
prisoner, like a prisoner in the house, like in being taken control of, right? And taken advantage. Okay, so let's start off there. They are, looking at last week's. So they are at the gym. He says he wants to like spend time with her, make it up for what happened about Christmas presents and stuff. But Jasmine's like, has her own thing in mind. She's like, you know what? Since you gave me that terrible gift, I actually booked a trip. I'm going to give a gift to myself. It's going to be $25K and we're going to go 4 days to this beautiful island in Peru. And he's like, oh, well, I'm not really sure. I saw that you booked a trip. I'm going to do a whole reenactment, guys. Okay. I saw you booked a trip with your ex that was way more than this. So am I not worth it? Am I not? And then he's kind of quiet and he does his little eye rolly thing. And he's like, okay, yes, I agree. Yes, let's do it. So everything seems happy. And she's like, obedient, just the way I like it. That's right. What do you guys think? Why is she so obvious?
I hate that. I hate it when she says good boy.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I never seen someone actually be crazy in real time. Like I'm actually looking at a crazy person.
But even when she was with the friend Leah, like in the last episode, she was saying like she wanted somebody obedient, and he says yes all the time, and that's what she wants.
And you just saw her mood swings shift from like one extreme to the other, like so fast. She was like going loca, because she was mad, and then she was happy when he agreed to the vacation.
Yes.
And then she was mad again
about paint colors, guys. So she's like, I want to burn everything in your apartment that is of your ex. Okay. Do you agree? Do you agree? Like that, those paint colors, who picked it? And he's like, well, we kind of both picked it. He's like, well, they suck and I want them all to be burned. And he's like, well, you don't have to really talk like that. And she's like, are you effing your ex? Why do you always defend her? Because I sucked your... She said that she sucked his disco.
Is that what she said?
You just said it out loud.
I was gonna say disco stick, but it came out disco.
Is that what she said?
Slip.
Yes, more in these past few days than your ex did in 7 years.
Oh my! How scandalous!
I know. And then he was like, well, that's true, but you don't have to talk bad. And she's like, bad? What do you mean bad? And he's like, I mean nasty. You don't have to talk nasty. Okay, so sorry, Will. What was it? What did you think she did say?
I didn't catch that part.
Okay, yes. Yep, that's what she said. She's like, I deserve it because I did my job on you more times in a few days than your ex-wife did in 7 years. All right. And then this is when she freaking loses her mind. She says that she asks him if they're still screwing each other. She says, "You're always defending her and you're always comparing me to her all the effing time." I don't know if this is true. That
How
would
does
be
she take it
interesting.
there, though? I don't understand how she went from like, you need to burn all the colors because I don't appreciate it, to you don't want to burn it because you're fucking her every night.
Yeah.
How did you make that logical leap there, man?
He
Doesn't
he
make
has
sense.
he has to hate her in order for like that's what he needs to do in order to satisfy her. If he doesn't hate her, if he just is okay with her, that's not what she wants. She hates her, so he has to hate her also.
Right. So he should, and he tried to, and he knows what he's supposed to say because he said, "Oh man, if only I would have just said yes, you could change the colors." Yet what she wants, the obedience, then none of this would have happened. Because they end up going back to the hotel and she's still super pissed. And she says she's going to take her stuff and leave because he's more committed to his ex than her. And this bothers him. Now he does not want his Jasmine, who has given him many things in the bedroom, to leave. And he comes out and he's just like, "Okay, what can we do to fix this?" And she basically tells him, "Yeah, just say yes, that you're going to burn all that crap and hate your ex-wife. Will you? Will you?" "Yes, I will." "Okay, I'm happy. I'm super happy again." They hug and kiss and everything is great.
That's true.
Like,
She did like flip that switch super fast.
it was crazy. It was like oh my goodness. She was going from like yelling, cursing, crying. "Why do you do this to me? Why do you make me look crazy? I'm not crazy."
She's crazy. That's why she comes out crazy.
And then she says she's this way because of her past relationships. All right. She's been burned really bad. That's why she behaves this way.
Well, she needs to find a different way to cope than be crazy because this is not sustainable. Like eventually he's not gonna be able to take it because it seems like no matter what he does, like she's gonna be crazy. Even if he was the most obedient person, like there's gonna be something that she doesn't like. Like he's gonna like say hello to some female waitress and she's gonna go crazy over it. You know what I mean?
Do you think he will be strong enough to be able to leave? Or do you think this constant behavior is going to condition him, that he's just going to become smaller and smaller and smaller and continue to just say yes and yes until he disappears into the sunset? Which way do you think he's going to go?
I think eventually he'll leave.
I don't
I think after a while he's gonna be like, this BJ is not worth it.
Right, PJ.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I kind of don't think
Nope.
so either. I think the
can't see
BJ
it
is
for
going to
him.
be worth it.
He said
I
he
can't
hopes
see him
that
standing
she'll
up for
change.
himself. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, yeah, like, but it shows that he already knows that what she's doing is like not good. He's not trying to justify it. He knows it's bad. The fact that he knows that it's bad, I feel like eventually will eat away at him enough to make him want to change. Because if he was really like gonna stay forever, then he'd be like, "Oh, she just is like that because of whatever, and it's not a big deal." But he knows that it's so bad.
But this is how it's conditioned into normalcy. See, in the beginning, he's never experienced such things. And he's like, "Whoa, this is really shocking." But, I'm still going to stick around. I'm going to still stick around. And I think she'll change it. It'll be okay. And it'll go on for so long to the point that it's normal for him. Like right now, it's not normal because he's never experienced such things. And it's really off-putting. So he's still willing to voice his opinions, but eventually it's going to be normal to him and he won't know his opinions anymore, and he'll slowly just start following. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
from her opinion.
yeah, it'll be like that behavior won't be an exaggeration or like abnormal to him. You know how like you never experience somebody going from 0 to 100, you're like, "Whoa, this is really weird," but after you were with that person for so long, She's like, oh yeah, this is every day. It's not normal. And she'll be standing there crying, yelling at him, cursing him out, and he'll just be eating breakfast. He'd be like, yes, dear.
This is one of those situations where I'm glad he's older, just so that he could die.
That's his only escape.
It's the first time that I'm just like, I'm so glad you're much older than she is, so that you could like find your way to the grave sooner.
But when you see his face and she's yelling at him and going crazy, he looks so at a loss and he's rolling his eyes.
Oh,
Don't you
he
feel
sits
bad
there
for
and
him?
takes it, man. I
feel
know.
so
That's
bad
why when
for
she was like
him.
yelling at him and saying all those crazy things, I would have been like, no, thanks. I'm out.
Yeah, that's how you know he's gonna stick around, because he didn't leave. Like any
Yeah.
other person would be like, this is whoa, right?
Exactly. That was a massive red flag to be like, you want me to deal with this forever? No.
This is just
I
the
feel like
beginning.
for her, that's like not. It wasn't even that much for her. So I still have hope that he will be shocked in the future. Like she's gonna do something crazy, even crazier.
Even crazier. Yeah, that's the
Even
thing. It's like we're
crazier.
just seeing like the very tippity tip of the iceberg of the like Jasmine craziness.
And we do see a little bit of something, because on the next her divorce is finalized and a stripper comes in and he's
Oh,
know.
this double standard. I want to see it for real. What happens?
yeah. And he's the stripper's getting down on her and doing a bunch of stuff, and he's hanging out watching. I couldn't tell if he was there or not there. Was he there or not there?
He wasn't there, but then he came
Seems
later
like
and she showed him a video.
Yeah, she shows him the video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know, right? Total double standard. All right, let's see what happens.
This hypocrisy makes me hate her even more.
I know, because she's gonna be. Oh, you're so right. She goes crazy over him. Just anything with any other female. Like female could just walk by him and she'll go nuts. Imagine if he went to a strip club or something.
She'd probably explode.
Oh my god.
He'd probably commit like first-degree murder.
Probably.
Crime of passion.
All right, so that's it for them this episode. That's it. That's a little and a lot.
Well, you guys want to talk about someone new?
Yes.
How about that Mr. Ben, though, guys?
Oh my god, this guy's storyline.
He is all kinds of messed up. So Ben
Isn't he?
Yeah. Yes, he is. We can
I can't believe if that was my father, I would want to choke him.
Oh, girl. Wait. So he's from Michigan and 52 and super obsessed about like being fit. And yeah, I get it. Like he looks good, but he is super messed up in the head because he comes from like a super culty religion that was basically conditioned to believe that living your life is crazy and you should always be in fear of going to hell. So even after all of that and like the repression that he must be like facing in his life, he still became a pastor because he's super scared to go to hell. So much so that he stayed with his wife in his like, I don't know, socially constructed marriage, even though he was super unhappy for years before he finally got out of the cult and was able to like find it within himself to ask for a divorce without feeling super guilty. So he's back on the dating pool, and wouldn't you know it, here comes a girl who's too good to be true because she's probably too good to be true. And it is a 24-year-old from Peru.
Mahogany.
Mahogany. And I think he's really smitten with her because she believes a lot of the things that he does in terms of like life and beliefs and God and stuff. So here we go. She's a girl that's too good to be true, and he's coming to go see it for himself. He's heading to Peru for 3 weeks after exchanging several texts, talking to her for several months, but never seeing her on video. I see you shaking your head there. You don't think that that's a good enough reason to go see that this girl is the real deal?
I mean, it's crazy because you could tell he actually believes it. Like he actually is into it, and he believes it is real. And it's, I don't know, there's something about, it's just another one of these people who will just do anything for to get that, like that love drug, to do all these crazy things. And is it me, or is it like, is Mahogany? She looks not like she's unreal. Like she
Well,
looks
looks
like
like she's a robot.
like she's computer generated. Yes, that's what I was
She
thinking.
looks like she was combined from multiple different software pieces.
Yeah.
And the best video that she could do, because she was apparently too shy to like appear on a video chat, was a 2-second clip saying, "Hola, it's Mahogany." Like that's not even like, could you say, "Hey Ben, I really love you, and I enjoy talking to you. Can't wait to come see you. I'm sorry that we're like not on, like I can't come to the video chat because I'd like to be put together when I do." Like, give me something. Don't just be like, "Hola, it's Mahogany. Bye."
I'm
Exactly.
here. I'm real.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you could make that, I feel like, with like some kind of computer generated or whatever. Also, I feel like he's being duped again. Like, didn't he say he fell in love with somebody to find out it was like some dude from
bitch.
thing?
Mm-hmm.
He did not just get duped once. He got catfish real good, like from a dude in Africa. Oh, and then the whole thing about like he gave her money. What is it with these people and giving money?
Yeah, I'm glad. I hope he keeps getting tricked because he seems like not a good person.
I agree.
Why? What's wrong with him? You don't like his vibe?
I get this bad vibes from him.
Yes.
I don't know if it's just like, yes, I'm sympathetic that you like need to be deprogrammed because of like your cultish upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were willing to sacrifice your kids, who you say you love, for like another person who was way younger than you. And the only reason why you broke up with, well, I mean, she was saying that she wanted him to spend less time with the kids, which I guess he went along with for a while before he was finally like, "Oh, okay, I probably shouldn't do that."
I mean, okay, for me as a wife, I don't know how his ex-wife could sit there and deal with this guy. I'd be like, man, you are so narcissistic, so selfish. So I don't know, all these things. That's why I don't like him. That right after they got a divorce, he got with like an 18-year-old. Okay, and after that, he got catfish. Something, I don't know how old that guy said the catfish said it was. Okay, now he's with this new chick who looks super fake, like a Victoria's Secret model who's 24. Like, how would you feel as that person's ex-spouse or something, and they were like treating you and doing all of these things to you?
Well, what does that have to do with her?
I think the issue here is he's getting tricked from these people because he's going out there looking for it. And we're being told that he's doing it for love. And we can see through the facade. It's like, if you're looking for love, you would be more willing to like date around and like see the people who you might be making connections with. But I think he's so zeroed in on like, this is the type of look I'm looking for. They just happen to all be like 30 years younger than me.
Yeah, these young, really young,
exactly. So
maybe impressionable girls, or
we don't know enough to be like, yeah, maybe, sure. But it's like, no, you're 3 for 3 for the things that you told us that you're being tricked because you're looking for people to trick you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know.
For his story, like,
I'm coming from a certain point of view, so I guess that's why I feel this way.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I agree with Dylan. Like, I'm sympathetic. Like, if you're gonna get divorced and you never really loved your wife, like, it's messed up. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like when you're in that kind of situation, there's like destruction happening around you and like in your life, and you just like the only thing you could do is like it's better than just staying with somebody you actually don't love. I mean, I guess I could see what I think that his mistake is that he's not prioritizing the kids like enough. Like he shouldn't have like spend time with those younger women like more than his kids. And he probably should have waited, or maybe at least like tried his best to make sure that the divorce was not hard on his kids in any way. But like if you're gonna get divorced because you don't love your wife anymore, because you're trying to break free of this like crazy religion, and I mean that sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's fine to get a divorce because you don't love your wife or something anymore. Like there's relationship issues, but I still think he's messed up.
I guess
because I don't know, it just doesn't seem like okay. Yeah, I don't love you anymore. Right, our relationship was whatever. I'm like 50, and I'm gonna go after these 18-year-old girls. Does that make sense?
It doesn't.
What doesn't make sense about it? I feel
think
like
about
it makes
the
perfect
person.
sense.
I mean,
think about like Rebecca, right?
It
Rebecca
is natural.
loves love. She loves love. We talked about how much she loves love, and she just so happened to fall in love with people from Morocco. But we didn't fault her for that because she loves love. I just don't feel like I was getting the same sense that he loves love. He looks like he loves a certain type of look.
I don't think that he loves love. I think he's trying to recover everything that he feels like he missed out on because of his religious upbringing. So I think that's actually what she's chasing. And it's like, you know, like the like there's a stereotype of like of men who used to be overweight, and when they grow they get really in shape like later on in life. Like you would assume that they're actually really nice, but a lot of them become really big douchebags. Right? It's because of that, like that kind of like mentality. Because they will stop at nothing, because they've probably been like pining over that, like,
oh, that's so interesting. I like this.
Been lusting over that for like their whole life, and like they can finally have it, it's in their grasp. So they're willing to like let things go by the wayside, morality, ethics, in order to get what they've missed out on.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Guys, I'm just super glad I'm super hot now, so I don't have to be like that.
Right.
Why'd you laugh?
I'm super glad I've always been hot, so I never had to worry about it.
I was never a douchebag because I've always been super hot.
It's always been within my grasp, so I can still maintain my morality.
Excuse me, I've never had to grasp.
It just walked right to me.
I'm still waiting.
It was
for
given
the day.
to me. I'm privileged to just be hot all the time. Like I'm like Fiance. I just woke up like this.
That's right. You just have to deny it sometimes. So,
I'm jealous.
I've never been
I have to
thirsty.
be humble. I gotta be humble. I can't be like knowing. I can't acknowledge how hot I am.
Right. So
it's not humble.
So I do feel then that he deserves everything that's terrible that comes his way. I I'm sorry. I understand. Okay, yes, his religious cultist struggles, whatever. But seeing his conversation with his kids and with his ex-wife, even his ex-wife was like, "Oh, so why are you saying it's like you think it's God creating a path for you? You never said that before." Or I don't think God created that path for you when you were with that 18-year-old. You know, didn't she make some comment like that? And I'm like,
yeah.
And maybe he's a little bit like a Steven, you know, like where he's using religion to justify his like bad actions. What are your thoughts on it? You know how Steven's like, well, Jesus talked to other women, and you know he would like force Alina like to like pray and do all this stuff and be religious, but while he was like over here trying to make a threesome happen. You know what I mean?
I mean, Jesus wasn't perfect, so
right. Like, and I could see this guy doing the same thing.
It's
like, oh, Jesus wants me to be with this 24-year-old. Come, like, yes, he himself could be a cult leader. I could see him like getting cult.
I think it's only bad in respect to like him ditching his kids.
Okay, but I'm like I feel a certain way about him. I guess like as a wife, going off and doing all this stuff with way younger, like probably.
You think it's like insulting? Like it's messed up?
Yes, it's messed up, and it just doesn't seem like he's kind of saying that he's looking for love, and that perfect connection, but it's with a super young person. Like, how is that possible? You know
It's
what I
possible.
mean? I don't know. I mean,
It's possible it's an African man pretending to be a super
yeah,
young person.
it's like but although he did say that he doesn't want to have any type of intimacy unless they're married, like, until marriage. So there's that. I don't know.
Because he's so
I don't know.
he loves Jesus.
Yeah. I guess the only thing left to say about this guy is like via con Dios, dude, because
Yes, that's how I feel.
we
Yes.
wish you luck, I guess, to see Mahogany, the fraud, which doesn't bode well because it doesn't look like she goes to meet him at the airport.
Yes.
I'd be so surprised if she's real. Like really surprised.
Oh, she's real. It's some dude.
Yeah. Anyway,
Is it,
I don't take any joy in his storyline. I'm just like rolling my eyes the whole time.
I mean, yeah, it's a stereotype. The older guy divorces his wife, gets some young girls.
Right.
Do you want to
Okay,
move
so
on to?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
No. Move on to
Mike and Ximena.
yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Miss Sicario. All right, so when we catch up with them, they're trying to have some alone time, and basically they want to talk about the heavy things like that they talked about before. Basically, the fact that she can't have kids, and so he is asking her why she had the operation that she had, and he still has hope in his heart because he's like, I heard that if you have this operation and you get your tubes tied, it's reversible. And she's like, nah, I had them cut it and burn it. And I was like, wow, she meant business. She did not want to go have another kid for real. And then he was like, he could see it on his face. He was like super disappointed. And he didn't falter for it, which he shouldn't have, but he just was mad because she lied about it. And then when he asked her, like, why'd you lie? She's like, I didn't know. I don't know. She didn't have a real answer. She's like, well, I just didn't know how it would affect our relationship, which is not a good answer, And then right after she says that, she's like, but you've been like a father to my kids. What's gonna happen to them if you leave? So it's like, man, you try to trap him with the kids. That's messed up. Like he
Oh,
already
I
got
know.
his heart broken because he knows now. Like he just found out like he's not gonna have any kids of his own. And then she immediately brings up like the fact that he's been like a father, which I'm like, how has he really been like a father? He just bought them stuff from afar and then he just got there. Has he really been like a father to them? So I
Right.
wasn't feeling like she's just trying to.
Yes,
She really
more
just trying to
than
manipulate him.
more than their real kids. He's actually been there and
Even more than their real father.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'd probably talk to them a lot on video chat and such.
Mm-hmm.
But I did think that was messed up for her to bring up because she's like, well, like, why do you even want other kids? Like, why do you want kids? Like, we have my kids. And it's like, what? Like, really? Yes.
It's his dream.
Right. Like, yes, you can still have your kids and love them as his own, but that doesn't mean that he can't also want his own kids too and expand the family. I'm surprised he took it so well, to be honest. I thought if I was him, I wouldn't have taken it as well, but
well, he's one of those people who loves love. As many people on the show are. He wants that connection. So after this, they go to Salento, which is like 2 hours away, just for them to like, get to know each other a little bit more. Which is funny because like like he immediately starts making out with her on the bed, like when they get there to the resort or whatever. And she's kind of like not into it. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. But also like when they get into the hot tub, she gets in first and then he gets in and he just like hi. Like, hi, nice to see you again.
That area
It's
is
just-
beautiful.
It does, yeah. It makes me want to go there too.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, yeah, the getting to know each other, asking each other like basic questions, you know. And she reveals that like she used to date a Sicario, a hitman. But the way that she made it look was like it wasn't her fault. But I don't know if she's telling the truth. Basically, she says like, yeah, I met this guy and he was like, you know, we got together, but he said that he was a tattoo artist. Um, but then like I eventually I found out that he was a hitman. And right after I found out, like I broke up with him. And then he sent me his threatening voicemail. And then I played it for the police. And then he went to jail. And then he got me locked up for something. But I haven't heard from him in like 2 years. And I was like, I don't know, that seems kind of sketch, the whole thing. Like I wouldn't want to touch the whole situation. Like if she's telling the truth, like that sucks. That like that's kind of like a stigma on you. But like for me, like I'm not messing with no Colombian hitman. You know what I mean?
You'd be scared. You'd be running away.
I'd be scared. I'd be like, no, I'm sorry, man. You gotta maybe another like somebody from Colombia will be fine with that, but for me, no, I'm not messing with that. And you can see it on his face. He's scared. He's like, is there
Yeah.
any chance that he might come back and hurt us, the kids? And he's like, you know, I haven't heard from him in like 2 years, so I don't know. But I'm like, I don't know. That's crazy. What would you guys do?
Away real fast.
Yeah.
When you said that she doesn't look that into it, I think she's like disgusted by him. I don't know. I think she's just trying really hard to make it work. Like I think she does maybe like is trying to have feelings for him, but his certain maybe like hygiene and things that he does, like she's disgusted by, and she's just trying to like brush it off and hope that it goes away. Doesn't she look?
Yeah.
Doesn't she have that look like she's disgusted?
Like she's trying to force herself. Yes. Yeah.
I don't know that it's disgusted. Is it disgust? Does she look disgusted more that she wasn't into it?
Like when you remember, like in that first last episode when she like picked up his underwear and she's like, "Oh, dirty, disgusting," and then she was like laughing. Do you remember
Don't
that?
you do that with your husband's dirty underwear? You're like, ugh, gross.
I mean, no, I don't know. It's like she made it seem like he was like a child, you know, like somebody who didn't know how to have proper hygiene because they never had like, you know, how do I put this? Like a grown boy, like an adult, like a man child, a man child.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. Like a man child, like who probably doesn't know like certain etiquettes or things that you should do with hygiene and women and things. And so therefore she's like gets disgusted by it, you know.
I think disgusted is too strong of a word.
Well, that's how I feel when I look at him. Like if I like when she did the underwear thing, like I totally understood because it reminded me of my brother or something, you know. Like,
Ew,
well,
he
he has that kind of like, you know, he's never had to do that kind of stuff. He's always been alone. But we know what's sad
right,
about
exactly. Right, and he lives with like his other dudes, like his father and his grandfather, and they're probably just sitting around like farting and dirty underwear and not taking showers, and you know, you're like, ugh.
Whenever I look at him, I'm always like, man, he's not his brother.
Oh,
I know it's messed up, right?
He's not.
I'm like, don't show him out a picture of your brother Mike.
Right? Oh my gosh. He's gonna be like, what happened here?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're not trying to appearance shame or anything.
Yeah.
Although that's exactly what we
that's the problem because I mean it's the problem, the fact that he showed it himself. Like he showed that he's not like his brother, and it's a problem that's been like that he's had to deal with. And so like now it just sticks in my mind.
I know. But I feel like the appearance, whatever, but on top of being a man child, it's like a big no. That's like an ultimate no for me. That's one of my what
Pet
do you call
peeves.
them? No, not
Deal
even a pet
breakers?
peeve. Like right, like if that happens, that's it. We're not together. Like I'm
A deal
a
breaker?
deal breaker. That's a deal breaker.
Yeah. Do we see anything for the next time for them?
I can't remember.
I don't think so. But we
Um,
know from previous footage that she tells him that she loves him, but she's not
oh,
in love with him.
right. No. The one was that she's not going to be his mother or something, right? Like
Oh,
they're
so
doing
maybe
like an
yeah, that's
interview. They're doing an interview. She's like, I'm not going to be like your mom, or like, I don't want to be cleaning up after you or whatever, like your mom or something.
yeah. So maybe yeah, that goes hand in hand with what you said.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we'll see. I do think they're gonna last. I don't think they're gonna last.
I think they're not either. I think she really wants to make it work for her kids. She probably sees that he's a good man and really, really wants to make it work for that reason. But I don't think she's going to be able to get over the disgust factor.
Discuss that.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. Think so. And he's going to be farting and stuff like we saw in some other previews. And she's going to be like, I can't do this. I can't get out. This is enough.
Everybody farts, okay? Everybody farts. Natural.
That's right.
On top of his other ones, she's like, this is a final straw. I can take a lot of things, but not this. All right. So, okay, should we move on to Hamza and Memphis? Okay. Speaking of disgust factor, should they go to a restaurant? She's just like openly talking about how she has to go poop and she's just in the toilet and we hear her struggling.
I like it.
That was
I'm
a
fan.
scene that was
I do.
unnecessary, guys. Like it didn't
It's a
add anything
test.
to the story.
It's a good test for him.
Literally just goes, I need to poop. And he was checking on her for like 2 minutes.
And
Yeah.
you just hear her going,
Gross.
And then she says, you know, it's having a hard time. The Tunisia's not doing well for her. And Hamza wants to talk about her childhood. So he's like, can you tell me a little bit more? She's like, okay, well, my mom and dad, they were both into drugs. I had a rough childhood. He was very sympathetic. She kind of looks at him and does her like little squinty face. I don't know what that's about, but you know, she's like maybe really analyzing his feelings a bit. You know, I guess she says she feels closer to him knowing that he felt sad for her. And then we like fast forward to them being back home, back to his house, and they start she's talking to his sister and she finds out that he is actually younger than he says he was by like 2 or 3 years. And she explodes about this because this is a sign of him lying. She doesn't really care about the age thing, but it's the fact that he lied. She goes into the room and starts crying and kind of says that she's had really rough relationships all her life. And so this is hard. And then we see that Hamza's mom is like, what is wrong with her? Like, why is she getting so, I think she's overreacting. It's just by 1 or 2 years. Like, what's the big deal? Which I think is interesting because you can really see how people's experiences affect their point of view about certain things, like the age gap. It's, I mean, not so much the age gap, but the lying is like a big thing for her. So then he comes in to see if she's any better. And then she's like, you know what? Did you even really go to college? Did you do like heating and cooling like you said you did? And she tells us that if he did not go to college, she is not going to marry him because she does not want to have another child in the US. So he gets his sister and they bring out his diploma and it says he went to school for 2 years. So at least that part is true. Whether it was for heating and cooling, we don't know because it was in Arabic. And so we'll see. And then, yeah, that's basically it. For the next one, she gets mad at him because he didn't prepare something for the consulate. I don't know if the timing was wrong or what happened. And she says if they don't get married this trip, then she is done with him. She does not want to go back to America and just still continue dating for years and years. And that was them.
I mean, I feel like she annoyed me for some reason, but
Mm.
I'm glad that she is looking at things like she's actually seeing what's happening and is being truthful about it. And she's accepting, like, oh, it might not work out. It might not, he might not be the best for me. And that shows me that, like, she's not just like a delusional person like most of these people. But I guess we'll have to see if she actually really cuts it off.
What did you think about Hamza? Were you sympathetic towards him?
I mean, he shouldn't have lied. But it's about something so stupid. I didn't feel bad for him though.
But
Did you?
but do you feel like he deserves like more of a chance? Like, do you think he's genuine and deserves more of a chance? He was just thinking like what he said. Oh, I just thought it was a little thing. I wanted her to see me as more mature. Like, I didn't know she's gonna be freaking out like this about it and question everything.
Um, it does seem like a naive mistake. Like it was a mistake, but it does seem like he's just like being naive. It wasn't like malicious, I don't think.
Right. That's what I feel like. Um, Also, I hate the way she talks to him.
Me too. I also don't like. Maybe that was what was annoying to me.
Yeah, like she talks to him like he's a little kid or something, or
Yeah.
she's like, I need to go poop, poop, poop. And I don't know, just like a child. The way she talks
But I
is really
mean, they
annoying,
really,
like bossy, or go get
I
your
mean,
sister. Go get her. Go get her now.
that's true. But I mean, they really can't communicate. It's true. How else are they going to talk? Because it
That's the
kind of
thing.
seems like things don't really phase him. Like maybe she has to talk that way in order for him to get it. Because he kind of seems like he has like a blank look on his face.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, but when she does talk, like when she's like, "Oh, my father and mother, they were into drugs. My life was hard." He's like, "Oh, I'm sad." Like he can understands a lot. It seems, like he
Mm-hmm.
understands more than he's letting on.
Mm.
But she did annoy me this episode just purely for how she talks to him. But I do like how I like how she is saying that I want him to have a profession when we go to, like, if I bring him to America, because I don't want to have another man child,
Yeah.
another kid in the house. This is a big factor, man child. I don't know.
Should have been the
Right.
title
Here
of
it
this
comes up
episode.
again, actually, huh?
Should have been the title of the episode.
Yes, man child. Um,
Yeah.
Shoot, do you guys think they're gonna actually get married? It seems like she still wants to marry him and she wants to make that happen. Do you think they will?
If he signs the prenup.
Oh yeah, the prenup.
Mm.
I don't think they're gonna get married.
Oh man, I kind of really wanted them to work out. I did want them to get married because he just seems like a nice guy. I don't know if he's fooling me. He may be fooling me. I'm getting fooled, but to me, he seems not malicious.
I would say like I also would want them to work out, but I just don't feel like they will for some reason. I feel like the
Mm.
communication is like the worst out of everybody on the season.
What about Mike and Ximena?
Yeah, those idiots don't speak English at all to
They
each
know how
other.
to use that app. It's coming in clutch. The app is working really well for them. That's what she needs. She needs to get on that app, whatever it is.
Yes.
They're having
Right.
deep ass conversations with Google Translate. That's crazy.
I know it's working so well. It's like almost like
I know.
near like what he's actually saying.
Yeah. The trompas.
Anything for next on?
Oh yeah, we kind of went over them, I guess, when we were talking about each couple.
Well, next week
Okay.
we'll also see more of Johnny and Ella.
Yeah, we
and
didn't
their
happen this
potential-
episode.
Just
Yeah.
thank God, because I don't know that I could handle all the stories.
Okay, well, real quick, want to say thank you to everybody who gave us a 5-star review. We really appreciate it. If you haven't left a review, please do so on whatever podcast app you use. It really helps us keep creating the podcast. With that said, thank you, Dylan. Thank you, B. Anything else?
Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.